How many people can walk by a beautiful flower, a beautiful park, a beautiful garden and not smile and feel good inside about where they are?
A lot of times on a summer day, I'm walking up and down Broadway, I'll just go in the middle and sit for a while.
You're walking down Broadway and you see the flowers blooming now, and it's really beautiful.
The Broadway Mall Association is an amazing institution because it's taken something that 25 years ago, not only did it have no identity, but it had a negative identity. It was sort of symbolic of the fading of the West Side. And then as the Broadway Mall Association started to put it back together, you got this sense that there could be a renaissance. You had no idea that what would it be like today, where you have this little paradise in the middle of Broadway.
The uniqueness of the Broadway malls is that unlike a lot of other associations and partnerships, was started by the people that lived in the neighborhood.
BMA is a grassroots organization. It began as a community organization, wasn't even a not-for-profit, but ever since it was formed, our board members are all people who live and work on the West Side, so we have that element to our board, and at the same time we're also working with community groups.
Greenkeepers are adults living with mental illness, many previously homeless. The partnership with Broadway Mall is indescribable for what it has done. Greenkeepers are able to see their work from start to finish. It allows people to work hard and see what the work produces. James is a perfect example of what Greenkeepers can do. He has gone from being the man looking for a job to the man in demand.
They all respect how I take time out for them and the patience and not rushing them and, just giving them a little confidence.
At Brandeis, we have a horticulture program. The program is designed as an elective. It works with a broad range of students. I don't think the students have enough opportunity to be proud of themselves. And I think that this gives them an opportunity to see what they can do and what they can create.
It looks nicer when you walk around here and you see that you actually help do the work.
When we go on to the Broadway malls, a lot of people in the neighborhood say to us, "Where are you guys from and why are you doing this?" And we explain we're from Brandeis and the Broadway malls is allowing us to do this, and they thank us. I mean, it's allowed us to have a really good relationship with the community.
And they actually had time to say, "Oh, thanks for doing a good job." It really felt good to do it. And if I could, I'll do it again.
One of the programs that's been started since I've been with the Broadway Mall Association is the bench adoption program.
Back in 2004, I was diagnosed with colon cancer, and any kind of travel was kind of difficult. So the bench on West 80th Street became my beach.
She told me that she had adopted a bench. I said, "Oh, let me know, please, how to do this. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. It's really a dream of mine."
Carolyn Cookie Breaker is now the proud adopter of 3 benches along Broadway. And it's always touching to me when I talk to her because the benches really seem to have made an impact on her life.
It's my way to say thank you.
As time goes on and I see more and more people on the bench, it's a place of comfort for a lot of people, and it's also a destination for certain people in the neighborhood.
My sister died at the age of 50 of ovarian cancer, and one of the things she used to do regularly for many, many years was plant bulbs and flower seeds in the parks and in the tree boxes up and down the blocks. And that was a hobby of hers. So after she passed away, we dedicated the mall near where she lived, the closest one to her, in her memory. And now it needs to be maintained. So we have committed to do that.
Well, we've always thought that the Broadway malls were a perfect venue for public art.
Pierre Levay of Marlborough Galleries has been at the forefront of the public art program of the Broadway Mall Association. His gallery represents Tom Modernists, and the Tom Modernist exhibit was enormously successful on the Broadway malls.
The show was very ambitious with big sculptures and covered approximately 150 blocks. And the reaction of the public was amazing. You had parents who were taking children, brought definitely joy to people.
The response was so wonderful that we have now started a public art committee, and we are on the lookout for wonderful artists who can also use the malls as a gallery space.
The BMA has always wanted to be a year-round organization, and we realized that the malls during the winter can be very dark and a bit gloomy. And so we have developed a winter lighting program where we try and light up as many of the malls as possible for 3 or 4 months during the darkest part of the winter.
Our goal is to have all of the malls lit up, ablaze in lights from 70th Street to 168th Street for all to enjoy. The Broadway Mall Association has been working very hard to help achieve the goals of the mayor's plan to plant 1 million trees in the city and to improve the air quality in the city.
The malls are part of New York City parkland, and so they are under the jurisdiction of the Parks Department.
The Parks Department has worked very closely with the Broadway Mall Association as a public-private partnership. They provide services that the city should be providing, and the city is really very grateful. The mayor is very grateful for the work they do.
Jeff Rothstein has really taken a leadership role with his company, Prudential Douglas Elliman, as one of our major corporate underwriters.
Because of the neighborhood, we sell so many properties here and rent a lot of properties here, and then we thought we'd like to give back to the community. Well, I think, Broadway is the lifeline of the Upper West Side, and I think that it's good for the neighborhood and good for property values and for the businesses.
The Broadway malls require each individual to lend their support to make sure that the malls are maintained and kept up.
It's good for the soul and actually good for the neighborhood.
It's really quite amazing when you walk across Broadway to see the diversity of people who are sitting on the benches.
It really does connect so many different neighborhoods, and in the same way connects people.
Broadway is the spine of the Upper West Side, this eclectic thing. The Broadway Mall Association is, it's almost like the string of a necklace that holds all the jewels in place.
They make you feel connected to everyone. I love it. I think it's critical. When a little beauty goes a long way, it's like an act of kindness.
The Broadway malls is the lifeline of the Upper West Side, and it's only getting stronger and more beautiful.